News at Noon starts right now.
A major shift for President Joe Biden on the border today. He's unveiling a new border policy and signing an executive order to limit the number of asylum seekers allowed in.
It could have a huge and immediate impact. Right now, migrant encounters are averaging 3,500 a day, which is down from previous estimates of over 10,000 or more a day surging across the border. Biden's executive order would set a limit per day of 2,500 at ports of entry for 7 straight days. However, children crossing alone would not be limited. While many Democrats say this will essentially shut down the border, most Republicans say it's too little, too late.
My question to him is, why did you wait until now if you were serious about doing it?
We're basically giving the right wing some of the things that they want without delivering for our community.
White House officials say the people removed will be sent back to their country of origin in a matter of days, if not hours. The details of the new order being released later on today. It'll take effect this afternoon as well.
For the first time in history, the child of a sitting president is on trial. Hunter Biden facing 3 felony charges, walking into court today. Jurors have heard opening statements from both prosecutors and defense attorneys this morning, and now the prosecution is laying out their case. The first witness is an FBI agent. He'll talk about digital evidence, including images and messages from Hunter Biden's laptop. Prosecutors say in October 2018, Hunter Biden had illegally purchased a Colt revolver while he was addicted to drugs and lied about his addiction when he filled out a federal form.
But his lawyers have argued that the form was not clear about the term user or addict, so the client did not knowingly lie. They also said Biden had just completed an 11-day rehab program and was living with a sober companion at the time. Prosecutors, however, say they will use Biden's own words about his intense drug use at the time from his own biography and from text messages. Biden originally was offered probation in a federal plea deal, but the judge threw it out when his lawyers also asked for immunity from other charges.
All right, outside with live cam. That's why we're staying inside today. This could get dangerous. It's already 91. It's just now noon.
Yeah, it's these numbers are climbing quickly. And part of that, David, is because you see there on live cam, the sun is out. We've seen the clouds clear out. And with all that sun today and the way the atmosphere is set up, we're going to get some pretty hot temperatures. In fact, we could drift into record territory. As of now, we're forecasting 101. The record is 100, so that would be a record high for the day. Del Rio, places like San Angelo and Abilene could also set some records this afternoon. So it's going to be mighty hot across the state of Texas. And there's a lot of humidity on top of all that. So heat indices are going to drift probably up to around 110 or so. We do have to be careful out there. There is no rain to speak of. Cloud cover, again, has shifted out. Any sort of rain is going to be well off to our north and east, up around far northeast Texas. And the forecast heat index here locally, 111, potentially around 5 o'clock today. Most places somewhere between 105 to 110. So these numbers are prompting a heat advisory for the entire area. And this kind of heat sticks around, but maybe a little cooler tomorrow. And the reason for that is we could see a shower or storm. We're going to talk about that potential for you coming up in just a couple minutes.
Thank you, Justin. Horse carriages are up for debate today at City Hall. The Council's Transportation and Infrastructure Committee considering a proposal to ban them from city streets. Supporters of the ban have cited animal welfare and congestion concerns. However, the proposal's 2 sponsors, Jalen McKee Rodriguez and Phyllis Villagran, now appear to have split opinions on how this should go forward. We'll let you know what the committee decides tonight.
A man is dead after crashing into a pickup truck overnight. The crash happened last night around 10 o'clock near the intersection of Callahan Road and Timco East. That's not too far from 410 on the city's northwest side. Police say that the man died at the scene, but a woman who was also on the motorcycle survived. However, she is in serious condition.
Another crash involving a motorcycle shut down Broadway in both directions last night. It happened near Funston Place and Mankey Park around 9:30 last night. San Antonio police say a car turning onto Funston Place hit a 24-year-old man on a motorcycle who was riding with 2 other people. He was taken to the hospital in critical condition. The other 2 riders were detained. Police didn't say if the driver of the car would face any charges at this time.
Happening right now, blood drive with bigger meanings. The Bonham Exchange has been a safe place for LGBTQ plus communities of San Antonio for decades. Today, it's a safe space for many to give blood, some for the first time. Last May, a new FDA guideline ruled that gay and bisexual men in monogamous relationships could now give blood. That restriction was originally designed to protect the blood supply from HIV, but it was also deemed discriminatory by others. Robert Salcido is the Pride Center Executive Director. He says he's glad he is aligning with Pride Month.
So I think it goes along with Pride Month of being authentic and being proud of who we are and proud of the contributions that we make to our communities. This is just another way for us to do it. And I hope that they continue to do blood drives for our community outside of Pride Month as well.
You can scan the QR code for everything you need to know about today's blood drive. South Texas Blood and Tissue will be hosting the blood drive at Bonham Exchange from 4 this afternoon to 9 p.m. You can find a link to register at KSAT.com. The San Antonio Food Bank giving out some free meals to kids this summer. This program kicking off on Monday. Children 18 and under are eligible to access no-cost summer meals from any of the summer meal sites. Children do not need to be enrolled in a specific San Antonio Food Bank program in order to receive one of these meals. This is to bridge the gap. There has a lot of families that are experiencing food insecurity over the summer. And this is when kids rely on free or recycled meals, and they're not in school right now.
For more information, all you have to do is go to safoodbank.org/summer meals, and then you click on Get Meals, and that pulls up this page where you can find a map and you see the summer meal sites. And fortunately, this is a well-known image. Lines of cars full of families looking for help, and the San Antonio works year-round to meet that need. But what else can the food bank do for you?
We're, well known but not known well. And I think it answers that question of most people know the San Antonio Food Bank for our distribution of food, either groceries or meals, but they really don't know the robust services that we offer.
And we are diving into the ways the food bank can help you and your family, as well as the many ways hunger impacts our community. Tomorrow, right here on The News at Noon, we are taking our show on the road. Ursula, Tiffany Huertas, and I will be live from the San Antonio Food Bank, bringing you stories from all over the community as summer begins. Summer is typically a time when the food bank sees an increased need.
Yeah, we're going to be showing you a lot of things that maybe you didn't know about the food bank, including we're going to take you out on the northeast side to one of the biggest food giveaways that happens every week and why it's so important to so many.
A major company who makes deliveries on normal days, on a couple of days a week, they actually make deliveries to our seniors to make sure that they have the food that they need. So we're going to go along a ride with a young man who drives for Amazon and also delivers food to members of his community. So it's going to be a great show tomorrow. You're going to learn a lot about the food bank. And
learn a lot about what you can do for the food bank. If you're looking for camaraderie, there's lots of people who are pitching in, and we'll show that to you as well, how you can join them.
And they got a great kitchen, so we're going to go take you into the kitchen, too.
Yeah.
Oh, there, cook some meals. All right, in the meantime, the Horns and Sooners are ditching the Alamo Bowl. We'll explain why coming up in sports.
Just because that sweltering summer heat is creeping in doesn't mean life in San Antonio needs to slow way down. There are lots of events that are taking place over the next few days, and we're going to walk you through what you need to know.
Hemisphere is going to be home to several free family-friendly events this month. The city of San Antonio's Movies by Moonlight kicks off tonight, and Sound Cream Sunset Session starts on June 6th. Movies by Moonlight will continue every Tuesday evening in June. Tonight's movie is Back to the Future. Starts at 7 o'clock. We've got a list of the movies you can catch this month. Just go to KSAT.com. Plus, how you can find free parking if you're going to tonight's showing.
And there's always something to do in the Alamo City this month. You're going to notice a lot of events in honor of Juneteenth. We're going to take a look at the list over the next 7 days alone. There are 2 different film screenings, both happening at the Carver Center. Those are June 6th and 7th. And then on June 8th, we have the Juneteenth prayer breakfast at the Whitty Museum. June 10th, a night of soul in the Village. That's at La Villita. And then coming up on June 11th, a block party and a fair mixer in honor of Juneteenth. It's important to note that not all of these events are free. Let's take a look. The June 8th prayer breakfast is actually starting at $55. The block party and mixer requires attendees to register, and that costs $14.99. And the film screenings that we mentioned at the Carver are free, but you do need to register ahead of time just to secure a seat.
Talking about movies under moonlight, let's hope it's not as hot as the sun when the thing starts at 7 o'clock tonight.
7 o'clock, still probably going to be in the 90s, I'll tell you that. It's been a toasty stretch. We're going to continue with that. The aquifer is down over a foot to 629.5. That is just not a great number, and we need some rain so desperately. Don't know that we're going to get much in the coming days. Molds are low at 250. That's all we got in the pollen count. We'll take a look at some slim rain chances tomorrow and just how hot will it get? More records? Will they fall? We'll look at the forecast coming up.
Didn't everybody get up early and go exercise this morning before it got hot?
No.
Crickets. Crickets
No.
in the studio.
No. I got up and came here. Did you go exercise?
Why do I feel guilty all the time? I don't even know.
I'm telling you, we're gonna have a hot summer. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
And y'all have some fun things coming up today?
I had to go cut the grass on Sunday, and that was, about 10 o'clock in the morning, and I thought I was going to melt to a puddle after that. It was so humid. So, no, I didn't exercise today, no.
Yeah, but you know what's a nice relief from all of that is maybe a vacation, maybe a family vacation.
Yes. Okay. Mm-hmm. However, not everything goes as planned. Best laid
like
plans of mice and men. Yes, exactly.
I am the queen of that.
Have you ever had, a mistake, a mishap, something like that? And how did you recover from it?
Mm-hmm. I remember being 3/4 of the way to Houston to get on, to Galveston to get on a boat for a cruise and realized I had left the passports at the house.
Wow.
Ooh,
Brutal one there.
That's a tough one, David.
I can't top that one. It wasn't really a vacation. It was just like a long weekend. We got to sit on an airplane for 11 hours just getting from San Antonio to Dallas.
Fun times.
We could have driven there and back twice before. Yeah.
Yeah, you could have walked it. Good Lord.
11 hours to
Ridden
get
a
to
bike.
Dallas. Yeah.
Anyway, we'll scan that QR code and let us know. Maybe you've got some great tips as well on how to recover from these little fails
Mishaps.
and faux pas or whatever the case may be. So
Download a lot of stuff on your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Stay
exactly.
busy.
So, or take some barbecue with you because we've got some on the show coming up.
Oh, there we go. I knew he was going to throw the food at me.
Had to throw you that in there.
Yeah,
So.
thanks.
See ya.
Thank you. You know who's the king of the amazing vacation? Is Justin Horn.
Is that right?
He's always going somewhere cool, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, that was really good."
Yeah.
Where'd you go last weekend? Fishing.
Went fishing, down the coast. It was good.
You caught something too, didn't you?
Speaking of mishaps, we were out on the ocean there, and then a big storm came in, and it was.
That was the end of that?
Wait a minute. The weather guy got caught in a storm on the ocean?
I listened. I saw it on the radar. I tried to tell some people. Nobody wanted to listen to me, but
They wouldn't listen to the weather guy. Smart.
it's fine. It happens all the time.
Okay.
It was good though. It was a good vacation. One time I did go on vacation and I forgot shoes. Completely forgot any sort of shoes. I mean, other than the ones.
I hope it was a beach vacation.
Well, that would have worked out well.
I thought he was going to say he forgot one of his kids, but
No. Not a Home Alone situation. We're good there. At least not yet. Let's take a look at the heat alerts we got going on across the state of Texas. Quite a few of them. They stretch from San Angelo out into the Big Bend and down into South Texas. All of South Texas is underneath the heat advisory and excessive heat warning. That is also the case as you get out to the desert Southwest where temperatures are blazing hot there too. Reason for all of this is ridge of high pressure, which is really starting to work into this part of the country, and it builds a little bit. It's not going to be hotter than today next few days, but what it will do is basically keep rain out of the picture. After tomorrow, as this builds in Thursday, Friday, it's just going to keep us hot and dry. And that's rather unfortunate. We like for these heat highs to stay away from us, but that is not the case next few days. Now, with all that being said, there is a chance for some showers and storms tomorrow. And the reason for that, there will be some storms up across parts of North Texas. You see it on the very top of your screen there. That's going to put out an outflow boundary that'll sink south towards our neck of the woods by tomorrow afternoon. And it's conceivable that that could spark off a shower or storm. It's kind of like a mini front. And sometimes that can help us. I don't know that we're going to see a lot. We'll call for a 20% chance of rain tomorrow, but that's it. It may also bring in some slightly drier air, which would be nice too. That would help us with the heat index. So you may notice dew points going down just a little bit as we get into late tomorrow and Thursday. But I'd say that's pretty much our only hope when we're talking rain over the next several days. 91 already in San Antonio, 92 in New Braunfels. We do have a good breeze, which helps, I guess, a little bit. But the clouds have cleared out. At least for San Antonio, as you go east, there is quite a bit more cloud cover along I-10, but out west it is completely clear. These are the current heat index values, and it is noontime, and it feels like 106 in San Antonio. It feels like 107 in Converse. It feels like 106 in Castroville. These are big numbers, and they're growing. Okay, just right there, you saw Comfort pop up to 100. So these numbers are climbing as we speak. And I do think we could get heat indices all the way up to around 110 by 4 or 5 o'clock. We're looking for a high temperature of 101. As I said off the top of the show, that would be a record high, with our record being 100 today, set back in 1916. There is a 10% chance of a shower or storm today, but the way things are looking, I would say most of us are going to be staying dry. So 20% chance of rain tomorrow, 99. 100 on Thursday, 99 Friday, 100 Saturday, lower humidity. So again, that helps a little bit with the heat index. I guess if there's another bit of good news here is as we get into early next week, pattern changes a little bit, and we bring back in a 20% chance of rain for Monday and not as hot temperatures with a high of 96. Nice.
Not as hot, but hot.
But hot.
Hey, the Horns softball team hot. They're pulling off an unusual way to victory. And the Johnson Jaguars are ready to swing into the state tourney. Coming up. Well, looks like Bevo is moving on to greener pastures and maybe even some real grass. The University of Texas and the University of Oklahoma will not be playing in the Valero Alamo Bowl here in San Antonio anytime soon. Those two teams are now headed for the SEC. The bowl attempted to get permission for the two to still be considered by the Alamo Bowl for its 2024-2025 bowl, but that request denied. As reported by the Action Network, the Alamo Bowl has 2 years left on its contract featuring the Big 12 and Pac-12, and with the 10 of the Pac-12 teams set to leave the conference in August, the Alamo Bowl was hoping to get Texas or Oklahoma if neither qualified for the college football playoff. The network Action says that plan was tentatively in place a few weeks ago, but it fell through after pushback from Texas and Oklahoma, current SEC bowls, and the SEC itself.
Wins only to 1. Center field, first pitch of this third inning, and Caden Henry makes a great diving play, robbing River Mailer of a hit.
Whoa, Horns center fielder Caden Henry laying out for that one. Sweet grab. Women's College World Series robbing Stanford of a hit. And plays like that were needed because runs didn't come easy. Top 7, no score. Runners on second and third for Texas. Ashton Maloney drops down a bunt. The pitcher throws home. Here comes, no, she's not. We got a rundown going on. Washington's in the pickle, but she slides in safely at home, just beating the throw. And it's 1-0 Texas. Stanford challenged the call. And as you can see, she's safe. She's in there. Got that hand on the plate. That was close, and it was almost the only run of the game. Freshman pitcher Tegan Caven went the distance. Number 1 Texas wins 1-0, advancing to the championship finals where they'll face Oklahoma or Florida. All right, so there's your confetti celebration at Our Lady of the Lake softball field. The school honored the softball team for winning the NAIA Softball World Series, the first national championship in any sport in school history. The Saints beat Jessup University in the final 2-0 to deliver a championship to the West Side.
All tears of joy, of happiness. I don't think it hit us like, wow, we really just won the national championship. But the more I say it, the more it's starting to really feel real.
We just knew our potential. This team was so special, and so we went in confident and ready to perform, and everything just went our way.
I just felt like we were prepared. We really focused on do the task, don't worry about the outcome, and so going in that last inning, we're up 2 runs, and I just knew whatever came our way, they were up for the task. We had a great chance to win, and it's a great time to go 1, 2, 3. So excited for our whole community and our whole program.
So congratulations to the ladies. This is a great stat. They went 7-0 in the NAIA championship tournament. 6 of those wins by shutout. Hey, the Johnson Jaguars are getting ready to play Tomball in the UIL Baseball Class 6A state semifinals. Johnson ranked 6th in Texas per Max Preps, while the Cougars are number 1 in Texas and number 3 in the country.
They're an excellent team. They got a great coach. I'm sure that they work as hard as they possibly can. They've played some really good teams, and I think it's going to be a great atmosphere and a great game.
I'd say everybody's going to be good. So it doesn't matter who we're going to play. Every team here is going to be good. So it doesn't matter who we're going to play against. We're just going to play our game. It's all.
All right, Johnson and Tomball play 6A state semifinals Friday at Dell Diamond there in North Austin. So good luck to them.
Yeah, they're getting their exercise. All right, new today at 5 o'clock, summertime deals and possible steals for the month of June. The household items for inside and outside that retailers have on sale. Plus some big gift ideas just in time for Father's Day. It's today at 5 after Entertainment Tonight. As you slather on the sunscreen and put on a big hat to weather the hot temperatures, you may also want to consider something to calm your mind. If this summer brings anything like last year's blazing hot temperatures, your emotional health may also be affected. Katrina Weber shows us why triple-digit temps can trip you up, especially your well-being, in many ways.
Go, focus on breathing. Some gentle encouragement is just what this group wants. But Coach Erica Kirk also is there with what they need. Iced water and a cooling fan help these Camp Gladiator participants conquer summer weather workouts. They choose to exercise outdoors, even when the temperatures might have others cooling off inside.
Just excessive sweating. Not to mention when hurricane season comes around and it's also very humid.
Thoughts of last summer's brutal weather, long stretches of temperatures in the hundreds have not faded from our collective memory. The idea of that kind of heat returning this year can have some people hot under the collar.
As a trainer, I really do have to think about how to keep everybody in a positive mindset when it comes to being outside this often.
Prolonged periods of steamy weather don't just take a physical toll. Those kinds of temperatures can also be a hot, heavy burden on our minds, sometimes leading to fiery actions.
Aggression or aggressive behavior and even violent behavior.
While those may be extreme reactions, mental health expert Leslie Smith says it's more than just a wives' tale, that weather affects our moods and more.
The discomfort that heat creates within ourselves anyway, and you couple that with disruption in sleep or daily routines because of hotter weather.
For anyone who has to be outdoors, she suggests finding ways to cool off and keep calm.
That can be anything from meditation to deep breathing to progressive muscle relaxation.
All of it can help us weather the coming weather, both from the outside and within. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
On the subject of all this heat, staying cool is going to be putting a heavy dent in the pocketbooks of many Americans. The National Weather Service says the country will have above normal temperatures the next few months, and that means many people are going to be cranking up their air conditioner, which will translate into higher electric bills. An analysis predicts the average cost to stay cool will go up nearly 8% from June through September. That is according to the National Energy Assistance Directors Association and the Center for Energy Poverty and Climate. It works out to be an average of about $719, nearly $200 more than the electricity cost on average in 2019.
Which brings us to 93 degrees here on this Tuesday, Justin.
Hot, sultry, humid, and not only that, the air quality again is dropping into a territory we don't like to see so much. So let me show you our map here. And these are sensors that look at the air quality. And the orange color doesn't mean we've got bad air per se, but again, it's unhealthy for those who are sensitive. So it's those with asthma, those who get bothered by ozone perhaps. We have some of that in the atmosphere. So just a heads up. We've had what feels like weeks of this so far, and not to mention a little bit of that smoke still coming in from our south. Heat risk today, and what do these colors mean? Well, it's this purple color and this red color. That's where heat illness can set in very quickly. This is a product that's put out by the National Weather Service, and San Antonio would fall into the major heat risk today, while areas like Pleasanton, Cotulla would fall underneath that extreme heat risk. All we can say about that is be careful, stay safe. And I did want to check in on the reservoir levels once again. It's pretty astounding, these numbers. Canyon Lake now at 57.6%, the lowest it's been since we've been keeping those records. Medina at 2.5%, that's a new record low. Hard to believe we fell below where we were in 2014, but we have. Choke Canyon 22.1%. Amistad in bad shape too, 26.7%. There is a little bit of rain, as we've been saying, tomorrow, but past that, looks dry. We're going to take a look at the weekend forecast and that small glimmer of hope tomorrow. We'll time it out for you here in just a few minutes, guys.
Thank you, Justin. More than 500 million Ticketmaster customers' information has now been stolen in a massive data breach. That's according to federal documents the Ticketmaster's parent company, Live Nation, filed with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. The stolen data allegedly includes customer identifying information like credit card numbers, emails, addresses, phone numbers, and ticket purchases. Passwords do not appear to have been compromised, though. However, cyber experts are suggesting that if you're one of these folks who did business with Ticketmaster, you need to change your password anyway. According to a New York Times report, the unauthorized activity was discovered last month, but they're not really sure even when the hack happened.
The American Heart Association predicts about 61% of U.S. adults will have cardiovascular disease in the next 2 decades. The group released research Tuesday finding 45 million adults will have some form of cardiovascular disease or a stroke by 2050. That's up from 28 million in 2020. Researchers say a big driver of the trend is the growing number of people likely to develop high blood pressure, which puts them more at risk for a heart attack or stroke. An aging population also a factor. Heart disease is responsible for that 800,000 deaths every year, making it the leading killer of Americans.
A Food and Drug Administration advisory committee meeting to consider the drug ecstasy as a treatment for post-traumatic stress disorder. Well, it's commonly known as ecstasy. The official name is MDMA, and it's a Schedule I controlled substance. The psychedelic drug produces experiences of emotional communion, relatedness, and emotional openness. Clinical trials from Lykos Therapeutics, though, showed promising results using MDMA in combination with therapy to treat PTSD. According to an FDA brief about the studies, participants appeared to experience rapid, clinically meaningful, and durable improvement in their symptoms. But there are some concerns about the validity and safety, mainly because of the potential for abuse.
It's okay to say no. These signs discouraging panhandling have been popping up on the northwest side near several intersections with I-10.
You've probably seen them. They're the work of San Antonio District 8 City Councilman and mayoral candidate Manny Pelaez. He talked with Garrett Berger about why he thought these signs were needed.
The signs had popped up on Disvala, on Wurzbach, and on Huebner. A message to drivers, discouraging them from rolling down their windows and opening up their wallets.
Panhandling's out of control.
District 8 Councilman Manny Pelaez used $6,000 of district funds to get the signs, which say, quote, "It's okay to say no. For your safety and theirs, please give to local charities that help those in need." He believes much of the panhandled money ends up feeding addiction.
They tell us I'm an addict. They're really frank about it, right? And this corner provides me with what I need, which is money to pay for that addiction.
Though the signs are just in his district, Pelias would like to see them in panhandling hotspots around the city.
If you were to just drive by quickly and only catch the logo, you might think that this appears to be a ban on panhandling. But Pelias is quick to point out that's not what the signs actually say.
The sign doesn't say don't give. The sign doesn't say it's illegal to give, right? You must give to nonprofits. It just says, please be mindful. And really the message we're trying to communicate is, please be mindful. It's okay to say no. But instead, continue being charitable. Please give to nonprofits.
The head of SAM Ministries said, in part in a statement, that her group, quote, supports efforts to redirect the compassion of our community away from panhandling and toward local homeless service providers. While the head of Haven for Hope says if the signs do spread, she hopes they get reworked.
What can I do immediately in this moment? I can call 311 and get them call the street outreach worker that works that specific city council district to go out and help support this individual.
Pelias isn't interested in going further and trying to outlaw panhandling. An ordinance, he says, won't change behavior.
We know that to change behavior, you got to get to people here and you got to get to people here, right? That's all we're trying to do.
Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
There are people that really care. There are people that are going to support you.
Yeah, a mother sharing her journey and story of recovery at an event where health professionals and community members are exchanging ideas and information to support families recovering from substance use disorder.
Tiffany Huertas shows us how the local organizations are helping mothers who are struggling and families that are recovering.
Julie Ball shares her story of hope and healing to help other mothers going through similar situations.
I would say that the program definitely probably saved my life.
Julie says in 2019, she went into a neonatal abstinence syndrome or NAS program designed to help mothers to maintain a healthy pregnancy while receiving medication-assisted treatment.
After a 3-week relapse on prescription painkillers, on oxycodone, I was seeking to detox in San Antonio, and I learned that I was pregnant with a 3rd child.
Julie Ball says she lost her child in October of 2019. During this difficult time, she received support from organizations.
I went through a 90-day program with NOS rehab, and then from NOS I went to Casa Mia, which is the transitional housing for women.
Today, Julie shares her experience with other mothers and healthcare professionals.
I would want people to know that you're not alone.
It's Julie's 4th time attending the NOS Symposium.
This year I'll share my story on the panel again.
About 200 people are attending this year's event at the Hilton San Antonio Hill Country on Monday and Tuesday.
It brings an awareness to substance use disorders, and also it brings other healthcare disciplines all together, where we come together united to learn to provide better care for our patients.
Julie looks forward to learning more at this year's event and wants to continue helping more families.
I work for a behavioral health crisis center. I supervise peer specialists, and so just learning like how to better help people that are going through the same things as me, and to help people to gain their life back.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
If you or someone you love is suffering with substance use disorder, there are cost-friendly and even free options. The number to call for Be Well Texas is 888-852-3955. You can get resources from the San Antonio Council on Alcohol and Drug Awareness as well. The number there, 210-225-4741.
All right, once again, this is what it looks like outside, 94 degrees, and we always want to remind you, if you have a neighbor that you think might need some assistance, maybe they're a senior citizen, need a fan, need you to just check on them, just go down there, knock on the door, and make sure they're okay. It's getting hot. This is brutal stuff right here.
Always great advice. You're right. 91 so far today. The record is 100. I mentioned that is in jeopardy. That was set back in 1960. And we mentioned visiting those neighbors. Well, we also want to talk a little bit about the pets. That's another side of this. I just posted a story about how hot is it too hot for your dog's paws. We'll talk about some of those numbers too when we come back.
I'm looking at this graphic that Justin's worked hard on.
Sorry, there's just
made me.
We're just having a good time here.
Oh man, we're talking about the heat, the sidewalk, and paws on pets.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yes.
And we're wondering what's going to happen when the dog reaches the fire hydrant. But that's just.
It's a great question.
But that's not what this is about.
I think you might already know the answer to that.
Of all the things you can do, make sure you had a fire hydrant.
I also have a question. Why is grass 105 degrees if it's only 95 degrees outside?
Here we go.
Okay, is it going to stop at the fire hydrant?
No, the pet went right past it. Good puppy. All jokes aside, good question. Grass, well, keep in mind, grass is dark colored, so it's going to absorb some heat and some energy there. So yes, it's a little bit warmer than that area. We're assuming the air temperature here is 95, okay? So that would put the grass about 105. Sidewalk at 125. It's the sidewalk and the asphalt that we really have to worry about. These asphalt numbers really grow in the afternoon. If you have a puppy that, say, has sensitive paws, this can happen really quick. Paws can burn in 1 minute at 140 degrees. So you definitely want to stay off the asphalt, probably the sidewalk too. If you do have to take a walk in the middle of the day with the puppy, maybe they do have to go see the fire hydrant, stay in some shaded grass. That'll be your best bet. Or walk the dog early in the morning or in the evening. 91 right now, 92 in New Braunfels, 90 in Seguin. So we got 90s across the board here. South-southeasterly winds at about 13 miles per hour. The winds are breezy, and that is continuing to bring in a ton of moisture. I mean, dew points are in the mid to upper 70s. This is the kind of dew point that you feel it. You feel it, and it makes the heat index so much worse. Really impressive dew point down there in Corpus Christi, 82. That is as thick as air gets around here. But you combine the 91 with our dew point of 77, and this is what it feels like, 109. This temperature keeps growing. Remember last half hour was not quite that hot. So we continue to see these numbers grow, and we're drifting into that dangerous territory already, and it gets a little bit worse this afternoon with heat indices probably around 110, maybe even 111. This is where I think we peak over the next couple of hours with that heat index. But this is, again, a territory where you have to be so very careful. I mean, Pleasanton with a heat index of 114, that's downright dangerous, and that's getting into that range where we've seen those are some of the hottest heat indices we've seen around here. So as we look at the clouds and radar, you can see there was one area of storms. It worked its way through North Texas this morning and is now drifting into parts of Louisiana, but away from us. So we've got almost perfectly clear skies here around the area right now. Now, as we get into tomorrow, there's a little glimmer of hope that we've been talking about, in the sense that we'll get some more storms up around Dallas-Fort Worth, but this go round, they move almost due south, and they try to push an outflow boundary through, or at least that's what some of the models are indicating. These outflow boundaries are tricky to forecast, but I think there could be one at least close to the area tomorrow, and that may generate a shower or storm tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. So we'll leave in a 20% chance tomorrow, but I think in the short term, that's pretty much our only chance for rain. It will usher in some slightly drier air too, so that'll help with dew points ever so slightly, I think, probably going into Thursday. Visible satellite picture shows cloud cover has thinned out around San Antonio. Still some clouds around Gonzales and Hallettsville, but you go west of San Antonio, skies are perfectly clear, which will allow for those really scorching hot temperatures today. 99 at 3 o'clock, 109. 110 is what it will feel like around 4 and 5 o'clock with a high of 101. And then there is a very, very small chance of a shower or storm this afternoon. Although looking at that satellite picture, I don't see any clouds trying to bubble up. So I'd say that is not likely at all. But tomorrow, that 20% chance, again, a little bit of hope there, 99. 100 on Thursday, 99 Friday, some lower humidity as we head into the weekend. Triple digits both Saturday and Sunday. And then a next round of showers and storms potentially on Monday. We'll be right back.
Try that one. Okay. Are we supposed to throw it
He
at
said
the
those to you.
Eat?
Who's your buddies? Who's your pals?
I love you, Mike. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mwah,
Okay.
mwah.
What you are tasting there, this gentleman, Robert Celestino, can explain. What kind of sausages do they have?
So we went ahead and sent 2 of our inmate house sausages along with the specialty sausage we just kicked out. We have our mild sausage, our jalapeno cheddar, and our Southwest chicken sausage. That's
Big event
brand new
coming up
sausage.
Friday. We'll tell you how you can get a discount.
That's right. And Jen is dancing her heart out. That's right, we're at Studio ABSA, and I'm trying to keep the moves here. They have a class coming up this month, just $10. We're gonna tell you all about it.
And mini donuts and something you are going to knock your socks off.
Donuts, pizza, it's possible. Together, we're gonna show you.
Yep.